morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. I thought it was pretty awesome. I like those two cars. They're both really cool cars. They make pretty similar power. They both look good in my opinion. And I love the ice tanks they both have. I think that's pretty cool. They have the ice tanks in the back. That may be something I do eventually with this car. I don't know. We'll see. 03 Cobra, that was his first hit on the street, so that's not too bad. The car was hooking up. I should have videotaped the little burnouts, because after his first burnout, that car would just hook. It wouldn't even, he couldn't even get it to spin again. So that was literally the first pass he's made since he went from IRS to solid axle. So he did pretty dang good in my opinion for, his first hit, because it's completely different between launching an IRS car and a solid axle car and how they act and what they do. So yeah, pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But today, as you can see, we're wearing the dirty shirt with the blue pants. So we're gonna be working on the car because we got the dirty working stuff on. So what are we going to be doing today, guys? Well, today we're gonna be working on, look at this mess over here, guys. We got this ridiculous mess, but we got to get this blower cleaned up. That's what I got to do. I got to get the silicone cleaned up. I got to get my intercooler on the other side of it right there. We got to clean that guy up and get it back on. But I just wanted to show you guys, if you guys haven't seen my last video, I'll put it up here in this corner. Beep beep, check that out. That's taking this guy apart and showing you guys and talking about the porting and blower size. It goes a lot more in depth about that. Like I said, we're gonna get cleaning on this, and we got to take the 2.3 liter, get it out of here. It's got to go. It's my buddy's blower. Although the car's been primarily sitting, he still, he wants his blower back, and I want to give him his blower back. I want to give him his tranny back. I want to give him all that. By the way, here's my 26s, guys. If you guys didn't know, I bought a set of 26-inch tall tires that we're going to be putting on the car and getting rid of the 28s because of the stock blower. This will work better for the gear ratio, I think. I'm excited to see, because then I can put the other springs back in and we can get the butt to sit back down. That way the front end isn't way lower than the rear. Although I don't think it looks too bad. Some people are like, man, it looks like crap, whatever. To each their own. And another cool thing is, guys, we're gonna have the Eaton is gonna be on the car for the first time with the EGR delete. So I'm curious to see what that's gonna look like, how clean it's gonna look. I'm pretty sure it's gonna look a lot cleaner. I'm also curious to see, I think the stuff was turned off in the tune, may or may not have been, we'll have to see. It may throw an EGR code when I go back to my other tune-up, because I still had the EGR plugged in, and I still had the bypass valve solenoid working and operational. So yeah, we'll see about that. Let's get to cleaning this guy off. Got a little bit on this counter up here to clean off yet, but the floor, we can actually walk around here now. We pretty much got it cleaned off for the most part, as good as it's gonna get. We got a little bit to clean off, but this area down here looks good, so I'm happy with that. We got enough room over here to work. So now we're gonna start cleaning this guy off. So guys, we're gonna scrape this with a razor blade, clean it up. We're gonna do the same to this guy over here, and then we're gonna take this guy over to, I'm gonna get my trash can out, and we're gonna spray it with some brake clean in here. I have my 2 sprayers here. They're full of brake clean. We're gonna spray a bunch of that through, clean these fins out. I did want to straighten, like I told you guys, I have a couple fins here I want to straighten out, and on the other side that I want to straighten out that I screwed up. So, and also when we do that, we just want to make sure this has a nice good seal here. Make sure there's no extra leaks or anything, which looks pretty good to me. Definitely a little bit of oil on there. You can see it on my finger. Also, I like to start with like a brand new razor blade. I don't know about you guys, but that's me. Okay guys, now we're going to take a little green Scotch-Brite pad and we're going to rough it up. This doesn't have to be perfect, just so you guys know, you just want to rough it up a little bit. Don't get too crazy with it. With your razor blade, you don't want to put nicks and gashes into your sealing surface, because that'll do more damage than leaving a little extra silicone on there. Because if you have a Scotch-Brite pad, you'll come back, we're going to rough it up, and then we're going to wipe it down with brake clean. And when this gets roughed up again and then cleaned with brake clean, any of that light stuff that would come off or unadhere is going to unadhere when we hit it with this Scotch-Brite pad. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's nice and clean. This is an area we want to make sure is very good and clean. Obviously because that's going to be inside the lower intake manifold. So we want to make sure it's clean. You can still, I have a piece of silicone down in there still, so I need to clean out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. Get this paper towel out of here, get the blower essentially finished up. I may do a little bit of external cleaning on this. And also while we're here guys, we're gonna drain all the oil out of this. You guys can see the plugs over here somewhere. We're gonna drain all the oil out of this while we have it out, because it's really easy to drain while you have it off. We can look at it, make sure the oil looks good, there's no metal in it, you know, from the gears doing anything weird or funny. And then we're gonna put some new oil in, and I'm gonna show you what I use that I think is a little secret that kind of helps these cars in making a little more power, because drag is loss of horsepower. You have any drag, any, you know, friction, that's losing horsepower. So every little bit we can get helps. So I'll show you guys that, but I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll get on to this. Okay guys, also these bolts, if you look at the bolts that hold the intercooler to the blower, these little 7mm bolts, if you look on the tip, let me get my camera to focus. If you look on the tip, we have a little bit of extra silicone there. Well, we want to take that off because these go into what we call a blind hole. There's no opening on the other side of these holes. So when we go down, if there's too much stuff here, it's going to actually push on the bolt, and what it's going to want to do is strip your threads. Quite a bit difference in length, so you want to make sure you clean it off. One that's cleaned and one that's not. That is disgusting. Alright guys, so I'm very happy with it, very pleased with how this turned out. Pretty clean. It's a lot cleaner than it was. I kind of straightened these fins here. I don't know if you guys can see. They're not the greatest. Same with these guys. I straightened them a little bit. It's not perfect. Better than it was and being laid over. But I don't have my fin comb here. It's at work in my toolbox. But I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal as long as we get some airflow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a final little bit of brake clean and wipe this area. A little bit of brake clean, and I'm going to wipe all of this area on all of this here. So after we wipe that and we wipe that, then we're going to stick them together. So let's get that set up for you guys. Okay guys, as you can see going down, there's a bead sticking out all the way. I smashed my finger against that. But we just want to make sure, and I did, this bead right here runs all the way along down it, and it does. So we have a nice bead. It's so hard to see guys. But we got a good bead running down all the way across the front. You can see all the way across both sides, which is good. That's what we want. We want to see it come out like that, because when we see it squeeze out, we know it's got a good seal. This hole, you can see it's a little dirty gray. I didn't get all the silicone or all the brake clean and everything out of it. There's a little bit of dirtiness in that hole, so could have done a little better. But nonetheless, we have silicone over all the bolts. I did not Loctite them this time, but they are really good and tight, and they are siliconed in there. So the odds of them falling out is very unlikely. She's in guys. We gotta let her dry and then swap it in. All right, everybody. So we got this done. It's dry. She looks good. She's clean. Okay, look at this, by the way. I wanted to show you guys this too. Look at that, guys. This was done the 15th of June in 2003. This core was signed. This is a Garrett core, and then they weld these tanks on. I think this is the guy that did it, or person that did it. This is their number or something. But they actually weld these end tanks on, verify that they don't leak, and that jazz. If you look at it, this is what I love, man. Ford did, I feel like, such cool stuff. This is so cool that they took this core, had it made. Who else was taking cores like this and putting them on their superchargers and, you know, just making it work? These are superior freaking intercoolers compared to, you know, most cars on the market. If you look at everybody today as well, like almost every new car comes with, and the new twin turbo Infinity is a 3-liter twin turbo. It's basically like a mini GTR motor, but it comes with 2 air-to-waters from the factory. And Ford started doing that, you know, on their diesels as well. They went to air-to-waters, and I think that's really cool and really smart to have air-to-waters. They're a lot more compact for the energy heat dissipation you can get, you know, out of them. And if you look at any super cool or super crazy, you know, drag setup, they're using air-to-waters, man. That's just the way that's the way it is. That's the way of the world. And this stuff is nice and set up. Now, it's been a couple hours. I had to go eat. I wanted to see if this guy'd set up, and he did, because he had a little bit of, you know, stuff in him set up nicely. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for, I'm going to try and put a video out tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it's going to be the next day, guys. I'm trying to keep videos up. I just feel like I hate putting out content if it's me doing nothing, or, you know, I like being able to do stuff. And this week's been busy anyways, and I haven't had a lot of time, but we got some cool content coming up. We got the drive shafts coming out of this because we ordered the transmission, and the drive shaft has to get shortened. So nobody here in Albuquerque can supposedly weld an aluminum drive shaft. So we're gonna pull it out. It needs to be shortened 1.5 inches, so we're gonna do that to fit the Magnum. And yeah, so it's gonna be coming out. The car is gonna be sitting when that's out. I'm pulling, the diff is coming out because we got to reseal it because it's leaking for some reason. I don't know, maybe a little oil got in one of the holes, you know, like on here or something, was hiding somewhere, or maybe just the abuse. I may, while we have the diff out too and the car's going to be down for a little bit, I may get a aftermarket cover and we'll just put the Ford Racing cover on it or something, because I've heard guys say you should do that regardless. It stiffens it up, gives it some more strength. So we may go ahead and do that at the same time. It's probably like 150 bucks. And you know, just take care of all these little things at the same time when we got it. The car smokes a little bit too when I get on it, and it smokes for a while, and I'm thinking it's the fluid dripping onto the exhaust, but I don't know. We'll see about that. But thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget, give it a big fat thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, if you want to see my next video as soon as it comes out, hit that little notification bell. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. Now, get the heck out of here.